Hello everyone, today we're gonna be watching Rise of Legends review IT trademark. There was a flag green, white, red. That's Italy. I assume the ET stands for Italy. Edition trademark by SsethTzeentach. God, it's been a while. It's been a while since we watched him. So let's check it out. I missed his voice. Hey people. But yeah, let's check it out in kind of 3, 2, 1.
Hey people, Seth here. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, younger me was visiting Latin
Oh my God, General Zero Hour.
America. While there, I stumbled upon a bootleg video game store. To put things into perspective, I paid a total of $5 US. In exchange, I got Titan Quest, burnt on a blank CD, Russian Half-Life 2, which I finished without understanding a single word, Russian Serious Sam 2, which was actually just malware, but also I got this little disc containing not Rise of Nations, but the sci-fi fantasy steampunk spin-off, Rise of Legends, released 2006 and covered 17 years later, which by personal standards is a quick and timely review. Rise of Legends is a game I hold close to my heart. First of all, I don't actually have a disc anymore, so I torrented a copy, installed it, found out it was entirely in Russian, which I should have guessed from the installer.
Bro, that was all of us back then. If you were in like a poor country and you were torrenting and you were going either going outside and buying like a CD for like cents, that CD used to have like bunch of games in it. A lot, like demo discs that back then, that was the like main purpose. There were a bunch of games on them and some of them were good. And it was actually worth your money to go and pirate those.
Looking the way it is, downloaded an English copy instead, and that told me to insert disc 1. So I copied the executable from the Russian copy to the English copy, and finally, it launched. Moral of the story, graft shit together until it works. Speaking of which, this game runs perfectly on Windows 10, flawlessly, impeccably, and I can literally see the pixels for the pre-rendered cutscenes. Anyway, setting. We're on some planet. Which one? I don't know, because video game bootleggers in Rio typically don't give you a manual. So, I'm kind of just making this up as I go along. An alien ship breaks up in orbit and crash lands onto the planet. And that's all the background you get. Now, 99% of this game is the campaign, which is mainly what I'm going to cover. So let's start by playing the Vinci. Who are the Vinci? In this world, there are no humans. Only Italians. Accordingly, everyone is Italian, everything is industrialized, and
what the fuck? The Italians are human too.
tensions are running high. This game
oh my God, that is gonna be like full aliens.
Accordingly, everyone is Italian, everything is industrialized, and tensions are running high. This game is pastapunk, ravioli core, if you will. You play as Giacomo, an inventor from the city-state of Miana, governed by his brother Petruzzo, together with General Carlini.
Okay, that looks ridiculous. What is that robot?
An inventor from the city-state of Miana, governed by his brother Petruzzo, together with General Carlini.
What the fuck? That looks ridiculous. I love that.
Your army sets out to investigate an alien crash site. Seeing your approach, a rival known as the Doge blasts the mountainside using an alien weapon. Petruzzo throws you to safety, but in doing so, he becomes a pancake. As you watch Petruzzo marinate in his own ragu, you vow to get vengeance on the Doge. The first 2 missions serve as a hands-on tutorial to get acquainted with the core mechanics. You control any number of units, tactics matter, and each of your heroes have unique abilities on preset cooldowns. Winning the game involves conquering a rival's cities while holding on to your own, which you have to manually expand by building specific districts. You have 2 main resources, timonium and gold. Timonium, similar to cobalt, is extracted from the ground.
Rammstein. Give me a second. Oh man, I need to wash my face. So yeah. Sonia was a great song, even back in the day. Let's go in the count of 3, 2, 1, go.
By Congolese miners who do it simply for the love of extracting rare earth metals to fuel the Italian war machine. Gold is obtained by building merchant districts. Each one allows you to make a single caravan, which will automatically trade with a nearest neutral settlement. The longer you trade, the larger your trade deficit, which you can use to forcibly buy out the entire neutral dwelling. This is the peaceful option. You pay gold, the price of which goes goes down depending on how much you've traded already, and in exchange, we get a functional dwelling and all the troops defending it. This system makes sense, except in the second campaign, where for some reason I could buy out an entire nest of carnivorous salamanders, which goes to show, doesn't matter how evolved you are, you're not immune to the free market. There's also industrial districts, which give you mutually exclusive prototypes, and military districts, which are exactly as they sound. They increase your population cap, allowing you to take shit over using the less peaceful option. This involves breaking shit until you start taking it over. If you're very impatient, or if there's a tactical advantage from doing so, you can click the number that appears in the center to forcibly storm the dwelling, taking immediate control. This is incredibly expensive, as you sacrifice an equal number of grunts, but hey, you get to see physics particle effects as everything breaks apart. This shit looked photorealistic when I saw it for the first time. I was thinking, damn, I wonder how crazy video games will be in the future. Little did I know.
Yeah, they went from everything almost as slowly is going toward being a live service because it makes the most amount of money. And that's, I blame mobile games for that and gacha games for that. Even though I played gacha games myself, I blame them for this bullshit.
I had Overwatch 2 paid PvE Season 1 to look forward to. Originally, Giacomo starts on a horse, but in Mission 2, you get a considerable upgrade to your vehicle.
Oh my, that's holy shit!
Or Carlini will have to fight again. After attempting or succeeding a mission, you get taken to the overland map, and time progresses by 1 turn. Here, you can choose your next move, spend experience on upgrading heroes, army points on buying units, research points to unlock new units, and economy points on districts for occupied territory. The last part is really interesting, because when you attack territories adjacent to your own, reinforcements will pour in from surrounding territories, depending on the number and type of district. Anyway, moving on, we make an assault on Parada, who are being blockaded by the Doge's Sky Crusher, a gigantic surface-to-air battery. This is an issue for the faction, since their main export is a paper-thin aircraft based off a sketch by Da Vinci. We counter his wicked machinations
to make them stronger.
Walking, and win the support of Parada. More importantly, we win the support of Lenora, Parada captain, and the person who's gonna crush Giacomo's head between her thighs in the post-game credits.
Maybe. On one condition.
Or what?
And when you finally have the Doge, make sure he suffers.
Huh? Doge is gonna hit the moon, man! What the fuck do you mean? Doge always go on and Doge.
I fucking love this cutscene. Each time there's something pre-rendered on screen.
Okay, let me see. I love this. This needs to be in more video games. But what do you mean?
Make sure he suffers.
Okay, so motivation for killing the boss. That is what everyone needs. Please, games.
I fucking love this cutscene. Each time there's something pre-rendered on screen, it's always hype. Next, we have a pressing issue. 2 of them, actually. Don Sclario and Lord Rocco. These act as the puppets of a Doge, with Sclario providing financial support from the western city of Foligno, while Rocco is the key supplier of timonium to the north. Before we can assault the Doge's capital of Venucci, we need to sever these sources of support.
We learned about
Honestly,
that earlier.
I don't think this affects the campaign, and I don't care. I care more about the fact that these guys steal territory every single turn.
Holy
so we're gonna make a beeline for Rocco. On the way there, we conquer Condottieri Castle and unify the Condottieri. In the real world, this word means mercy.
Was that fucking Adolf? What the fuck?
This word means mercenaries fighting for Italian states. In Rise of Legends, this means unhinged, unwashed, feral Italians. These are tribal.
Are you? Is this real? Is this real? Is this like pasta in like 60s? What is?
These are tribalistic primitives.
Oh my fucking god. This is perfect content. I love this.
Who eat their pasta completely
That's
raw,
nutritious.
snapping the pasta bone to drink the delicious marrow inside. After that, we enter Monte Laguna,
Jesus.
which is under siege by self-driving clockwork. New Tesla update dropped, and unfortunately, it's misidentifying
Jesus.
Italians as Sicilians. We gotta take down the fabricators, and subsequently, whatever this is. Next, we go to the same region where Petruzzo was murdered. To pay respects? No, to do a timed mining objective, but mainly
Goddamn.
so I can progress time by another turn. Why? Because I've been stacking research points to unlock the Juggernaut, and I've been stacking
What does
army
that do?
points to fill my army with Juggernauts. It's worth explaining at this point that larger units can trample smaller units,
Yes.
and a fucking tank
What the fuck? That's not a tank, bro.
is significantly larger than most units. When half my damage is just right-clicking past the enemy, I got a pretty good deal. Anyway, on to Rocco's
Love
capital.
it.
This is the same place.
China is big, man. Oh my god. That is literally like China's tanks, but it's slightly bigger
We
actually.
get Distruzio, who is simultaneously the best and the worst hero in the entire game.
What?
Aside from Giacomo, he's the only person with a wide radius heal, and he's also the only hero with a small, negligible chance at throwing the wrong grenade. He's my favorite hero because there's literally nobody else who's managed to make me
Did you just repair the
favorite
enemy?
hero because there's literally nobody else who's managed to make me rage quit and restart a scenario multiple times, and yet I still pick him every time. The mission itself is pretty easy because Distruzio's forces take most of the heat and buy you time to build free juggernauts and pound Rocco's base into oblivion. One puppet down, one more to go. We juggernauts and pound Rocco's base into oblivion. One puppet down, one more to go. We head south for Corbinile Mines, which have already been captured by Scladio. Some maps don't have a specific scenario or objective, instead playing like a standard skirmish map in single player.
That is basically every RTS does that. Every RTS does that. And I love that part because when you learn about the basic, I want to have a mother base and start producing units and build myself. Even though campaigns usually are linear, I love the like openness of some campaigns that give you. Especially after they teach you the majority of this stuff they need to learn.
The difference being that I spawn in with 2 juggernauts, which means I right-click his base and come back to a victory screen. We assault Feligno, which has the gimmick of being built on a
So game is there is no balance between campaigns.
mountain, forcing us to
Just go
slowly travel
destroy.
economy on a zeppelin to actually get there. Along the way, you
Holy
can also
shit, there's so
rescue
many
some
people on that.
captured prisoners, which include Battaglion, a hero who can one-shot cities. Despite this insane power level, freeing him is completely optional. You see, to finish a mission, you only need to complete the main objective. Bonus objectives are take it or leave it. You might miss them and not even know what exactly you missed.
That's a very OP character behind the optional mission.
That's why every time I do a mission, I peek the quest log. If I see any random question marks in the bonus section,
Oh,
I know
no.
there's something out there. 2 stooges gone. Now we just have to deal with the Doge, which is harder than it sounds. As we took Feligno, Doge took Monte Laguna. I tried retaking it, but his walker is insanely OP, so I reloaded and took Celea Forest instead. Doge pushes again and takes Corbinile Mines, but this time I learned how to properly micro my troops. Also, I had
Nice.
free juggernauts. This may have helped. We push on to Dursey, which is a timed prison break scenario. Also, my recording software broke for like 20 minutes, and it sounds like this.
Guys have confirmed that some of the Doge's own magistrates are being
Oh my god.
held here.
Yeah, that is not your recording video. That is the fucking audio file breaking. The rating is so low and it's not compatible with your sounds settings. You can go and raise it all
We
the way.
must have disagreed
Jesus
with his latest
Christ.
policies.
Oh,
Basically, we have to rescue a bunch of magic.
like the audio is barely getting any CPU buffer.
We must have
Jesus.
disagreed with his latest policies.
Basically, we have to rescue a bunch of magistrates he's imprisoned to loosen his political grip on Venucci, and we have to do it before reinforcements show up and murder us. Afterwards, we take Ranconi, which is only accessible by bridge. The Doge attempts to block our advance by sending a truck of peace,
What?
which we counter with a tank of love and tolerance.
Why
Finally,
not?
we invade Venucci,
Take
take
it.
out his land Leviathan, capture his Doge cannon, and point it directly at his troops. But the
Nice.
Doge is nowhere to be found.
The Doge.
Fuck you, Doge.
Where is he? Where's his army? A child could have won this battle.
What?
Gives you the dire news.
These look like tracks from the Doge's hammer.
They are. But we captured it. When did... He built more than one. We captured a decoy.
What?
The real one is headed east.
Fuck!
He drew us out, Giacomo.
Why are you so
We've
high,
been
man?
tricked. The real Doge cannon is heading east towards Miana. And that's the end of the first campaign. Let's start the second.
Holy
Spoiler,
shit.
we didn't make it on time. Miana has been deleted from existence. Inexplicably, after committing Italian Nagasaki, the Doge's army marches east through the desert kingdoms of the Aline. And we set out in hot pursuit. Speaking of hot, we're not built for this environment. We need shelter and we need it fast. So we decide to take the help of a mystic who is definitely not going to betray us.
Even the noblest of people can be corrupted by power, Giacomo.
5 minutes later, the mystic betrays
Thank you,
us.
Ben.
Luckily, we're saved by Ari, Giacomo's childhood friend,
God.
and taken to the court of Azar
God.
Harif, where we get shelter and a
Azar
bit of
Harif. Azar Harif? Oh my god, I know that guy.
backstory.
You sure seem to know your way around.
I visited here a long time ago.
Visited? Try ran away. Took us 4 months to find him and we could barely drag him home.
Oh my god! Oh my fucking... What is that V shape down there?
I liked it here.
Okay, what is this game? I love this game.
I bet you
I
did.
love this game so
Lenore's
much.
not happy about the desert, but even less
Of course
happy
you're
about
not. She's
Ari,
not.
and she leaves, despite the fact that I only have eyes for her. I already know Ari's only desire for Giacomo is to birth a child that's slightly higher up on the Aline caste system. I have no interest in
What?
her wicked plans. Let's get some things out of the way. Who are the Aline? They're dark, swarthy, Arabic, desert-dwelling wizards with cities that float in the sky.
Huh? So, like Arab, Middle Eastern, Zachariah Kamsak who made an Arab Colombia.
They
Right.
summon elementals from
To be fair, I wouldn't put that past Dubai to just make a fucking city in the sky and start doing like the independence country or some bullshit. That
circles
would
of sand, fire,
not
and
be,
glass.
that's actually possible.
Elementals from circles of sand, fire, and glass. As there are no humans in this world, we must consider
Oh,
the next
God.
logical alternative. The Aline are Sicilians, and they're currently having a problem with a dark Aline. Basically, more alien debris crash-landed deep into the desert. Mine broke the genie Sawu, who created creatures of dark glass to overrun Mezakesh, the greatest Aline city ever built, which has ever since been buried under a mile of sand. But ever since the Doge passed through, promising to improve the situation, the dark Aline have awoken in full force. Our only hope to stop whatever the Doge is planning is to find Mezakesh.
Your Highness, please. We must listen to...
Attack!
What?
Dark Aline in the city!
But before that, we have a city to defend. This mission
All right.
serves as the Aline tutorial, and it does a pretty good job of it. What's never mentioned, however, is that Giacomo's walker has been upgraded. His EVA unit is now equipped with a sunscreen. This is critical to the plot. Also, this
So it doesn't malfunction in the desert, alright.
campaign has a very annoying mechanic. Every time you kill any one of the free genies on a map, several turns later, they'll respawn randomly anywhere inside their territory.
What the
That is
fuck,
a
then?
problem because there's 3 of them and 1 of you. So the only valid tactic is to rush the bottom of the map as fast as possible and cut them off, funneling them into a choke where their numbers won't matter. Failure to do so results in your map looking like this. First,
Oh my
we take the
God.
Southern Dunes, where we get assaulted every night by waves of salamanders, which stop during the day, where you have a chance to attack their lairs
All
and
right.
kill the BBW queen salamanders
Very
that keep
well.
spawning them. Then we murder the same genie
I don't remember. What was the
that
name?
tricked us at the start and push
What was that dude? What was that beast's name?
on to the nest of dragon, assaulted every night by waves of salamanders, which stop during the day, where you have a chance to attack their lairs and kill the BBW queen salamanders that keep spawning them. Then
Okay.
We murder the same genie that tricked us at the start and push on to the nest of dragons. Our objective here is to free a bunch of dragons before they're corrupted. However, the first dragon you free is so powerful, he can free the rest on his own. Mission design in this game is...
But can you get them though? Can you get the dragons as well as just fighting against them?
Either win by a hair's length or win by starting the mission. There is no in between. I had to pivot north because I was getting my shit pushed in.
But usually in RTS games, you can save mid-game and try if you failed. Is this possible in this game?
Free is so powerful, he can free the rest on his own. Mission design in this game is either win by a hair's length or win by starting the mission. There is no in between. I had to pivot north because I was getting my shit pushed in, and the next mission was definitely more of a former. You have to hold out and defend a single oasis for 18 minutes while controlling 2 players at once. Giacomo from the south and Politori, a former Doge chemical warfare specialist from the north. The oasis has so little health that if anything so much as sneezes on it, it's gone. The last minute features a glass dragon that can one-shot the thing, and generally, it's complete and utter chaos. I push on to a generic skirmish map. A genie respawns right in front of us, who we proceed to murder in another generic skirmish. Then we take the Bright Lands, which turns out to be a completely useless red herring.
It's slowly moving everything out, and that's the thing that he was feared of. He didn't want it to look like this, so he's just cutting down all of them. But aren't they just gonna capture all those 3 up there?
I have to fight another skirmish to push back another genie. I push forward to the Fool's Path, which instead says Kalahi's Desert in a loading screen. I feel drunk because I realize half the maps in this game don't even match the name of the mission. I load in, and to my horror, it's another generic skirmish. Luckily, the one after that is a real mission, and also our main objective. We need to subdue and capture the Sand Warden Declaw, who's currently going apeshit. To do this, we're going to beat the shit out of him. Unfortunately, the Darkaleen have the same idea, and it's a race to the finish. It's a battle of domestic violence, and only the stronger backhand will prevail. We're going to show Declaw the meaning of love in an Eastern European household. Declaw provides us with one of the keys.
Eastern European, or any Indians, or Arabs, or way older Americans.
Now we just need the Key of Fire to the north. We proceed with the best mission of the entire game. Giacomo smokes that gas station weed, which inevitably has been laced with PC.
I look like he's walking like a fucking retard.
Where are you? I'm lost.
This entire mission is just Giacomo tweaking out from the effects of a dark cloud.
The salamander is such a curious creature. I must find more of them.
You must escort him and keep him safe as he battles tactile hallucinations and metabolizes the corrupted chronic.
I've recovered from my madness.
We then free Andromelech, a glass magic user, and subsequently rescue the Fire Warden Dominor. With both keys, we get access to Mezakesh, and then I rage quit the game anywhere from 20 to 30 times. Reasons may include Glass Golem boss fight that one-shots your heroes, Glass Golem boss fight that goes through damage immunity, Glass Spider boss fight that stuns your entire army, for which I had to learn the specific spawn conditions, so I could bait the screen-wide stun and sacrifice only half of my army instead. And of course, every time Destruzio fumbles a grenade, which is often. However, we persevere and defeat Sawu, who joins us after
That is terrifying. That spider looks like the fucking Kang's Wrath alien, alien big bad boy, big bad tank. I mean, to be fair, those are not tanks. Big creation. What do you call that? Those creatures? We get a tank, they get a robot, aliens get a fucking spider.
Freed from the alien sissy hip.
Oh my god.
No, if only it were that simple.
My dear Giacomo, how have you been?
Doge.
I brought a toy for you to play with. Enjoy.
Luckily, Lenora's brought reinforcements. Together, while dodging payloads of insta-kill shells from across the map, you charge Vidoge's army and destroy his cannon. In exchange, you get this sick-ass cutscene where Giacomo wins by repairing a clock and pulling copper wire. Just as we...
Bro, copper wires are the most important part of every robot. Seriously. Jesus.
Just as we achieve victory, an alien ship appears overhead to
Of course it
repo
does.
the Doge's alien weapon. And that's the start of the third campaign. We follow the ship to the jungle, and there we find a couple of jungle dwellers who have been forcibly boosted by a couple tech levels. The Colossal represent the hybridization between the biology of the natives and the advanced technology of the aliens. If we take their appearance into account and the time period this game was released, the natives are basically Jaffa warriors from Stargate SG-1.
Woman, be silent.
That is not an answer, Tilk.
Come on, they...
So okay, I get it. Some like when people like conspiracize that Egyptian back then were like advanced by aliens, something like that. So the aliens that took Doge's weapon used Doge's their own artifact basically. It was alien. So now they're just teaching these. Okay, that makes sense.
Staff weapons, just like evidence of thermite found at Ground Zero. This is probably just a coincidence. Anyway, we do the first mission and a cutscene plays, where Giacomo and Carlini defeat the Moon God, one of the 4 alien generals masquerading as theological beings on this planet. Unfortunately, another god shows up, and Carlini starts a monologue. So I immediately knew he was about to die.
I've been a soldier for 43 years.
Oh my god.
I've had my leg blown off. I've served in 2 wars.
No,
I've killed
Farfini,
more
no!
men than I can count. I've never backed down from anything in my life.
I'm sure as hell not gonna start today.
Okay. Goodbye.
The Death God...
What the fuck was the point of that then?
Zin kills Carlini and takes the alien device stolen by the Doge. Wait a minute, wasn't that device taken by the alien ship in the last cutscene?
Yeah, I thought they were the same people. Aren't they? Like,
apparently no. Sorry for the confusion. I had to watch this multiple times to figure out that Giacomo shot down that aircraft off screen. Also, Giacomo took a full hit of the alien device juice. He can now convert base metals into AliExpress quartz crystals.
Bro, what the fuck?
Using this newfound power, he spliced his mech into the dead body.
I am the bone of my board. The sword. Fuck.
We'll march out at sunrise.
Our objective is getting justice for my homeboy Carlini by killing the remaining 3 gods. So we do exactly that. We murder Zil, the sun god to the south. We murder Shock, the storm goddess to the north. There are unique missions here and there, but for the sake of time, I'm skipping over them.
All right, thank you.
Cargo escort mission, which is completely rigged and designed.
That looks ridiculous. What the fuck? Can you not defend
to
yourself?
give you an aneurysm. The Colossal are quite fun to play, mainly because they're completely different to any other faction. They don't use gold because they don't trade. This is replaced instead by energy, which is produced by nuclear reactors. They can turbocharge any dwelling to print units faster, and their basic barracks is actually a flying troop carrier.
Bro, the robots are fucking gonna fuck us all over, don't they? Imagine that. They don't need money. They just need electricity.
Compares to my favorite.
Why do we need money? Like, why can't we? Oh my god.
Unit, the Dick Flattening Sphere, which has the strongest trample in the entire game, deleting entire screens worth of troops just by moving over them. Finally, we reach the last mission of Rise of Legends, stopping the Death God Zin. If he isn't stopped within 60 minutes, he will activate the alien Skype call and destroy life as we know it. But his position is fortified by 3 barriers, which have to be destroyed on both sides.
I can see why. Okay, the campaign is slowly is moving to from something that made sense, some nations, politics, alien, we have to kill it. Like, literally, there is no first content protocols or anything, seems like.
Forces, heroes, and upgrades you've acquired during the previous campaigns will be there to support you for this final assault. With a Vinci on the left and the Aline on the right, you have to simultaneously control both armies and push past their defenses, which may include mechanized guerrillas, until the barrier shut down, at which point Giacomo's colossal forces break through the center. Completing the mission rewards you with this cutscene. Giacomo, realizing the Skype call has already connected, jumps forward with a $2 microphone and screams racial slurs, the intensity of which explode the relay. At first I thought, where's Giacomo? Obviously he survived, right? It wasn't until the cutscene was over that I finally registered that he's dead. It's a very somber ending, and I don't like to grieve for too long. So I rewrote the ending to suit my own headcanon. Yes, Giacomo did sacrifice himself, but plot twist. Same day we defeated the Doge, conveniently, Lenora was ovulating. This could only mean one thing. Rise of Legends 2
what the fuck
would be a real-time strategy
Star Wars, StarCraft, love it.
Where you must both conquer the battlefield and morning sickness.
Bro, my brain is boiling. The temperature is like 40 in my room, and then all the lights. Sorry for brain.
Campaigns become increasingly more difficult as you swell and become increasingly
Age
more
of
pregnant.
Mythology,
Available
fuck
now
yeah.
on Xbox Game Pass. In summary, Rise of Legends gets a floating Rubik's Cube out of however many men are currently inside. It's great, I love it, and I enjoyed it just as much as I did an entire decade ago. Why did I cover this? Because they're memories, and I don't want them lost to the sands of time. Unfortunately, the publisher is Microsoft, and we've already made contact. They don't give a shit.
Fuck.
It's not distributed or sold anywhere, making this game effectively abandonware. Now, I wouldn't want to directly link
Piracy.
to a download page for this game for obvious reasons. However, I can't possibly moderate my entire comment
What is Vaporun Vusi?
section. So if, hypothetically, somebody showed up and linked
Bobby.
the entire game, and a bunch of people just upvoted it to the top comment, then what could I possibly do to stop this?
Nothing.
So please, don't do that, because each time you commit piracy of an abandoned IP that's not making any money for the parent company, there's a DMCA lawyer out there who gets an additional kidney stone that he has to shoot out of his burning.
Thank God for those. Bro, those people are the worst of the worst of the worst. Every company that just goes on a 400 view video and claims a music or a content that is like less than 2 seconds, I hope they die. I seriously hope they die, because they're just making people's life miserable for nothing. That's nothing. There is no revenue to be had there. You're just, because the moment you make someone's video claimed or limited, you're basically killing that channel.
Urafra. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these neutral settlement acquisitions.
Okay, thank you. Finally, it's not just like stereotypical Jewish people. Finally, it's just the game's way of giving you resources.
Brought to you by Pastificio Centoni. This is not a joke. You are not dissociating. The original reason I made this video was to plug a pasta sponsor, because I thought it was the funniest shit in the world that an Italian B2B pasta manufacturer decided one day that contacting me was the best use of their resources. Keep your money. The joke has paid for itself.
Oh my God.
Truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Love it. This game is something that I actually want to try now. Not because of the actually sexy Arab girl, that is one of my main reasons, but because it actually looks like a good RTS there was thought behind it, and there was... Man, I'm still pissed that General 2 was cancelled, but at the same time, this is a thing that I can be playing. What the fuck? Looks so good. Looks like Age of Mythology meets Command and Conquer 3. And some... I don't know if there is Empire, like stuff in it too. God. Yeah, as he said, graphics aren't the best suit, the strongest suit, but they're not awful for the era. They look actually not bad. Jesus Christ. Physics. Physics. So lovely. Shit, dude. Oh, they're self-exploding into... Oh, no. Oh, no. They're just... Okay, they teleport back out. And that is their barrel. What the fuck? Particle cannon? Yeah, that shit, bro. That looks like that alien, in fucking... What was it? I forgot the name of the alien people in Kane's Wrath, bro. Oh, I played that game like 2 years ago, so I don't remember. It's been a while. Jesus. So that did double, that went through one of the buildings and then led to another building and just did more damage in this path. Looks amazing. Finn.
Hey, people.
Oh, that was it. Okay, I thought he might add a joke or two at the end. Well, yeah. Thank you, Seth. That was amazing. That was actually one of the games that I wanted to check out. Rise of Legends. Let's pirate it right now. Any site has it. 1377. See you all later, everyone.